Basically on this car there are two air pressure sensors. One is located between the throttle body and the turbocharger. And the second one is located after the throttle body, basically on the intake manifold. So in order to get access to that one, we gotta remove this intake pipe, open the oil cap, put back the oil cap. Now with a 10mm socket and a small extension, you've got one nut over here and one down here. Now down here you've got this green clip. There is this little tab. You gotta pull it from both sides and then this thing will come out. Now you're gonna be able to press on this green tab and release the vacuum line. Then with a 7mm you've got one more hose clamp. Now let's wiggle it out like that. On this side of the intake pipe you've got a hose clamp and the pipe comes out as well. Now if you have a look on the manifold absolute pressure sensor, which is located on the intake, there is a 3-wire connector, and on the air sensor, which is located before the throttle body, you've got a 4-wire connector. Now in most of the situations when you've got a sensor which has 1 wire, 2 or 3 wires, it means that it has only one function. But if you see a sensor which has more than 3 wires, it means that there are 2 sensors in one. Since this car has a turbocharged engine, it's very important to know the temperature after the turbocharger, since the turbocharger operates on a high temperature. Let's go ahead and open up the sensors and see how they look like. On the first one, with a T25, you just open that screw. You just work a little bit out the sensor. If you have a closer look, you can see there is a black tip on that. That's the temperature sensor, and inside there is the pressure sensor, the air pressure sensor. For the second sensor, use a 8mm socket. Lubricate a little bit. Here it comes. So therefore, let's say, for example, you've got a throttle body issue, then the computer is going to be more accurate in detecting that, since you've got 2 sensors before and after, which means that when the air travels this way, it comes into the engine, into the intake manifold. The computer will send a signal to open the throttle body, and if, let's say, it opens the throttle body less than it should, the computer knows that, let's say, the flap should be at 50% degrees and in reality is at 20%, then this sensor and this sensor's readings are going to be affected, and the computer will know that there is something wrong with the throttle body and it will throw a code on it. Also, since this engine is turbocharged, another purpose for the first manifold absolute pressure sensor is to detect and check if the blow-off valve, which is located behind here, it's working, because when the turbocharger is creating the pressure and you let off the acceleration pedal, that air will be still pushed through to go into the intake manifold, but the throttle body stops it. So this sensor is responsible to check the air pressure between the throttle body and the turbocharger, the delivery port, basically from this point. And it's also worth to mention that a natural aspirated engine without a turbocharger, it will not have this manifold absolute pressure sensor before the throttle body. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect these sensors and clean them up. It's a good idea to use a mass airflow sensor cleaner, because that's gonna dry fast and it will leave a clean surface. You can also clean it inside. This one seems to be a little bit more clean than the first one. Alright guys, that was pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos about this Ford Focus with the EcoBoost engine, there is going to be a link in the description below with all the videos I made about it. Also, if you want to stay tuned and see more car repair videos, hit that subscribe button as well. And until next time, drive safe so I can see you soon.